This is Father Louis Skirty with Friends of the Word, part 2 of a beautiful interview with Teresa Apolea. Teresa, welcome again.
It's such a pleasure.
This little prop here is a mask from Venezia.
From
right?
Venezia.
Why don't you talk about it?
Well, they have a famous Carnevale every year.
Sure.
And they come from all over and they give very substantial prizes for the best people, that best masks and their dances, and this was part of that.
And you were there, obviously.
Oh, yes.
Did you sing in Venice?
Oh, I sat first. My first contract was there, as I told you.
Oh, that's
But
true.
also, what happened after I had done the Cavalleria at the Fenice, they had this Carnevale, and what they have is a galleggiante. It's a stage that goes all around the Grand Canal.
Oh.
The orchestra from La Fenice, the chorus, and us, the singers, and we did a concert plus Cavalleria Rusticana.
On the water.
On the water. And it very slowly moves. It was wonderful.
The audience must have been unbelievable.
Thousands
One group after
and thousands of, and it was so thrilling.
We left off at the last interview. You were with the King of Denmark, singing. But in the meantime, I want to refer to Richard Tucker. So tell us about this particular picture.
When I came back from living in Italy 15 years, I went to sing I sang a little in Philadelphia, and among other things, I did Aida with Richard Tucker, Cavalleria with Richard Tucker, but I did a few other things too. And I was very pleased because he was the tenor of the time.
That's amazing.
He was at the Met for years.
How did you get these spots? Agent? I mean, that's
I had an agent in Italy, but when I came back, there were certain people that took an interest in me, agents, and that's how I got these jobs.
So you jumped ahead. I jumped ahead to 15 years.
Yes.
I want to go back to those 15 years.
Okay.
In the near future, we're going to go next door and see some of your pictures that are framed on the walls of some of those moments. But in between, Jerry asked you, had you ever sung in China? You said no. But Japan?
Japan, I was there 45 days. I sang Tosca with Tagliavini, which was televised, and I saw it. And in fact, the evening that it was being broadcast on the radio, I was on the bullet train going from Tokyo to Osaka. And they played our Tosca on the train.
No, that's great.
And when I got to Osaka, I saw my Tosca with Tagliavini on the television.
That's wonderful.
So that was a very...
Do you have recordings of your singing?
Yeah, I have, but not many, because in those days they didn't have the technology they have today.
Probably tape.
So I had to, whatever I have was on reel-to-reel, then put over to tape, and now I put them over. In fact, Wednesday I'm going to Juilliard, a technician there. He does all the recordings.
Right.
He's working on my Norma, which I debuted in Padua, Italy.
Wow.
And he already has cleaned it up because it was recorded with a little Grundig on the stage. It was terrible recording. So he did a pretty good job, but he wants to clean it up some more.
Do you have CDs of your recordings? No.
Yeah.
Oh, you have CDs too?
Yeah.
I want to hear one.
I have Aida with Tucker, Cavalleria with Tucker, and I have a lot of concerts that I did.
Wow.
And my concert with the Patterson Philharmonic, all the dye house workers that worked in the silk mill during the day, at night they'd go and rehearse. And they had an orchestra, and they were the orchestra that played when I made my debut in Traviata.
God bless you.
And I have to tell you this story. It's cute. I love it. Maybe it was of no interest to anyone else.
Everyone's interest. Everyone's at the edge of their seat.
So anyway, you know, paisans in Italy.
Sure.
They all come from the same town, and they're very tight, close-knit. And two of them were, one was an elderly gentleman. His son was the superintendent of all the schools of Patterson. Gioia, their last name was. And he said, John, you're going to make Teresa's debut. She's so young. She never... Traviata is very difficult. He said, please don't let her try. It's going to be very hard. And the other one, Tedeschi, who lived on the corner of Chamberlain and Preckness, also music. He said, Jua, non vaganda, don't let her, that's going to be too hard for her. Right. Well, I sang, and it was a triumph. The newspapers raved about me. The public loved it. All the New York maestri came. It was a very big success. Well, you have to see. I still remember this Tedeschi fellow, the Paisan.
Yes.
After my big scene in the first act, and they were stomping and yelling, brava, brava, brava. I saw the biggest handkerchief come out. He was sobbing.
Stop. I love it.
Oh, I love
it. I love it.
Every time I pass his house, he's dead so many years, I still think of him.
God bless you.
God bless
you. That was Patterson. Okay, I know later on I'm going to see some of the pictures, photos of some of the operas that you sang in. Give us a little overview of some of the places you've been to.
Okay.
Singing.
Okay. Well, I've sung in every major theater of Italy, so naturally I've been every inch of Italy, from Sicily up to the Dolomites.
And you lived in Sicily for how many years?
No, I lived in Rome 5 years and 10 in Milan.
Wow, okay.
And Mother was always with me. They wouldn't let me.
So your father sent his wife and his only daughter on this voyage.
Yes.
God
he
bless
sacrificed
him.
a lot.
God
love
God
him.
bless him.
I had the best father in the world. Gentleman to the nth degree, they say. Anyway, I've sung in all the northern countries: Sweden, Finland, Norway, Copenhagen, Belgium, France, Ireland, and I have a nice story about Ireland. Let's see.
In Asia, Japan, you said.
Japan.
How about
Yugoslavia?
Egypt?
Egypt. Oh, Egypt I loved. I was there 45 days.
Wow.
And I sang 5 performances of Tosca and 5 of Cavalleria in that time.
Okay, as we close this episode, give us a story about Ireland.
Oh, Ireland. I sang Cavalleria in Dublin. And in Dublin there was a Neapolitan prince who married an Irish lady.
Oh, wow.
They had this fabulous place, mansion, and they found out it was my birthday because I'm born in December. And they had a big party for me, very plush. And Irish are very, you're not going to top me. I'm going to have a party for her too. I had more birthday parties in that 1 month in my life. But while I was singing in Dublin, a bishop came to me. Bishop, or was he more? I don't remember. And he said, would you do us a favor and come and sing at a school in Cork?
Oh, sure.
I said, I'd love to. And I did. And it was the most emotional thing I ever had to do. Oh. I sang, and I didn't, naturally, I don't know who's in the audience. I'm singing. And afterwards, they had some children come to speak to me, to know me, meet me. Mm-hmm. And this one little girl touched my face. They were blind. Oh, they were blind children. And she said, you're as beautiful as your voice. I have never forgotten that day. Oh, never. It was the most beautiful. These children that were all blind.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And that's special memory for me, Cork, because I have a crystal chalice that I purchased, that Jerry purchased for me in Cork.
Oh, really?
And it has what they call the old Cork design. It looks like drapery, all in crystal. It's a beautiful chalice.
Oh, I want to see it.
If I knew you were going to mention it, I would have brought that.
Yeah, you could.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh.
That is wonderful.
Oh, I love that story.
So you've done the international route.
Yes.
This has been Father Louis Skirty with Teresa Apolea.
And it was so nice being with you.
God bless you, and wonderful being with you. And our next episode is going to be a photo episode. Wait till you see all the photos that Teresa has on her wall in another room each story that goes with each photo will amaze you. This has been Father Louis Skirty with Teresa Polea and Friends of the Word. Let me hear from you. Father Louis Skirty at hotmail.com. God bless you.